Good morning and a warm welcome to all my 6th standard students. I'm your computer teacher for this year. I hope everyone enjoyed lockdown to its fullest. So, as you can see, in class 6th, we'll be learning Scratch. So, in the month of April, you have been taught how to download the Scratch and make your own programs in it. You had been told that there are two ways of setting up Scratch. That is, one is online and one is offline. So before moving to all, I feel you all must have downloaded it by now. So, little about the Scratch history. Scratch was first made available to the public in 2006. Even though it was developed, the first version was developed in 2003 by lifelong kindergarten group led by Mr. Resnick at the MIT Media Lab. So, invented by MIT, Scratch is an open source system, that is, it's free of cost and anyone can download the Scratch which will help individuals or people or students or even teachers to program interactive stories, games, and even do animations. We all feel typing code is very tedious and very boring, or how typing is not that easy to go thing. Scratch uses visual blocks like puzzle pieces to create a program, which kids love to do it. Don't you like puzzles? Yes, Scratch is exactly same as visual blocks of puzzles which we put together to create a program. Moving ahead, I have few links here, interesting links about the Scratch, like what the Scratch is and different experience of different children as how they use Scratch in their lives and how do they prepare their games. So I think you all will be interested in looking forward to this. So let's first see what the Scratch is.
I'm pretty sure my first project was a ball moving. From there, I just added it
This is a small boy who is sharing an experience of his and what is he doing with the Scratch. So earlier he started with just ball bouncing. He started with a program called just he made a ball and he tried to bounce. That was his first project.
From a ball, I just made a chicken moving, and then after that I made a horse moving, and then I slowly started making a little talking animation. Right now I'm working on 10 projects. I'm working on 3 games and 7 animations. One project I'm really working on a lot is it's called #HashBrowns. It's another show I'm making. Well, I just love it so much. It's really...
Just to be revised, what is a Scratch? It's a free educational programming language. Okay, so it can be downloaded as it is free of cost. It's developed by lifelong kindergarten group at MIT. So MIT's full form is Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Okay, so in Scratch we have Scratch stage, sprite, scripts, costumes and sounds. So let's see what these exactly are, one by one. So what is a stage? What is called a stage? So if you can see here, the Scratch stage on your right hand side, you can see the stage, which is where the stories, the games are created using the sprites. So it's a 480 unit wide. You can see here the width is 480 unit wide, and the height of it is 360 unit. It's divided into x and y axis. So x axis you can see here from 240 to minus 240, and y axis is minus 80 to 80, or 180 to minus 180. This is how the stage is seen. So what are sprites? Sprites are the objects, okay, or the characters in the Scratch application. So whatever application you make, so sprite is the object what we create, or the character what we create on that application. So these sprites can be one or more sprites can be there, and they can be made to interact with each other. So every sprite or the object or the character has three components. The first is the script. I have shown the example of a script, that is the logic or the programming. It's called script. Next is the costume of the sprite. Okay, so whatever sprite you have or you have selected from the library, it will have few costumes, or you can prepare your own costumes. Okay, and third component is the sound. So you can even put sounds. See, scripts, costume, sounds. So every sprite can be given sounds of like different things. Like there are many sounds in the library. So you can put the sounds, sound effects can be played in the background of every sprite. So as you can see here, this is the script or the block containing the programming logic that controls the sprite. This is the costume, can be one or many, or you can even make the costumes, add up the costumes, and the sound which will be played when the in the background when the sprite is executed. So as we said, we can even make the costumes. So for that, where do we make the, where you all do the drawing? MS Paint, right? Many of you use MS Paint for painting and drawing. Such a image editor is also there in Scratch, which can help us to make changes in our costumes. Like I told, we can select the costume as well as make our own new sprites, create our new sprites. So how do we create the sprites? So we have Scratch Paint editors, which is a built-in editor where we have to click on the tool, brush tool. See, paint brush tool. If we click here, we can create a new sprite on this. So there are two modes in this image editor. There is the bitmap mode, and the next is the vector mode. So in bitmap mode, you can see there are more options here on the left side. But as in here, in vector mode, you have very less options. So mostly we make sure that our mode is always in the bitmap mode. So what's the difference mainly on these two modes? In the bitmap mode, we have the, like in bitmap it's easier of drawing and filling colors, whereas in vector it's a bit complicated in filling colors in the object. Okay, this is the canvas where we create the objects or the sprites. Here in bitmap, the costumes or the sprites are represented as pixels, but here it is represented as shapes. Okay, the most important is you cannot expand in the bitmap mode. It gets blurred, the image. But in vector mode, you can expand your sprites, the costumes, and the resolution is not changed, or the clarity never changed. There's no blur thing there. So that are some These are some few differences of our modes. Let's open the Scratch so that you can actually see how the Scratch looks like. So here I have downloaded my Scratch. I'll double click. My Scratch editor gets open here. I guess everyone can see this. So this is my sprite. This sprite 1. Can you see here? Sprite 1. This is my stage. Okay, it's a white stage. The stage can be seen here. It's a backdrop. It's also called as backdrop. These are the scripts, the programming blocks which you have here, the costumes, see, and the sound if we want to give any sound. So 3 components we can see here. Okay, and these are all programming blocks which we will be learning step by step, and you will be able to use all these blocks. This is the green flag which tells green means go. So it starts your programming there. Whatever you have written on this is the place where you write your blocks, and this is the stop button. And how do you save it? File and save. Okay. So let's play with our Scratch. Let's do something. I think in the standard 5th you all have done little bit of Scratch, like making shapes. So just for a recap, what will we do? The first thing, we give a trigger. So when some action happens, your programming should start. So there's a control, sorry, the events. When green flag clicked, what do you want to do? You want your sprite, that is this cat, to move. Okay, so how will you make it move? Move 10 steps. Fine. So let's see if it happens or not. There are costumes, so we can change the costume 1 and costume 2. So how will you write in costume? Looks, we'll go to looks, switch costume to, or next costume, anything, you can change your costumes. Okay, move 10 steps, next costume, again move 10 steps. This you can put in repeat. It can get repeated as many times as you want. Okay, so let's see how it works. And we click on, see, got it? So it's going fast, right? So we'll give a little bit wait thing so that it goes slowly. Yes, repeat 10 times, move 30 steps, again 30 steps. We will take a sprite here. So when we are taking the sprite here, what's the position? If you want to set the position, we will see. This is the position, the sprite position. X is 203 here. Sorry, X is 180, 195, and Y is 114. Now, so we get that coordinates here, go to, and we put it here. Anytime it's fine. Let's check how it looks when we click the green flag. So, can you see? It came running. Just with these many lines, we can animate our sprite. So let's see if you want to make a square. So what will you do? Let's do the changes here. So this is right, repeat, we want to repeat, we want to make square, right? So move 10, we have to make a bigger square. So move 50 steps, okay, straight 50 steps, then we have to turn 90 degrees, right? So turn, here we have 15 degrees, we can change it 90 degree. Okay, and how many times we should repeat? 4 times, right? So this is just the movement of the sprite, but if you want the shape to be drawn on the backdrop, so we need a pen. As we have seen, pen up, pen down, we have seen in the logo, right? So similarly, we go to pen down first. First, before repeating, pen down. What we need to set our color? Let it be green. Okay, so we are setting the pen color as green. Okay. So can you see? When I have drawn it, it's a thin square. It is not that visible, right? So we increase the pen size. Can you see here? Set pen size or set pen size to 1. Now it's 1. So we'll set the pen size to 5. So it will be more bigger, and we'll make a bigger square. So 100. Let's see how it looks. Now the earlier is still there. We want to clear that. Whenever it starts, you have to clear it first. Okay. And then we'll make it on top so that we can see it. 90, right? 90 degrees. So it's getting saved automatically. So let's move our now to a other place. We'll go to this, will be better, right? And we'll remove this. Okay, so we have, see, cleared. See, this is how a square is. Similarly, if you want to make a hexagon is 6 sides, yes, but the angle will be how much? 60 degree. Let's see if it happens. Let's see if we get a hexagon. See, we got a hexagon. So this is how, see, it's a brush up, and this is how the shapes are prepared, changing the degrees, steps. This is how we have animated our sprite. So you have seen what all we did see, what is the scratch, how the costumes are there, how we put the motion blocks, that is move 10 steps, 50 steps. Then we checked the shape using the repeat command. You have seen the repeat command. Do you want to see it again? The repeat command. See, the repeat command. If you want to change the costume, so how will you see? Go to looks and change costume. You can next costume if you want to put. And put it after this. Let's see how it looks. We have seen how the next costumes and how we can change the costume. We have seen that. Okay. After that, so this was the recap thing what we did. Using the repeat, we drew the square, hexagon, triangle. I'm putting it on you. Circle also you have to try it by your own. And we used pen blocks too. Okay, so this is how we have used our scratch, sprites, and the object we gave the programming, so that it does the works according to the program. The next program, that is animating a crab and burning candles on the cake, that will be doing in the next class. Till then, I hope everyone will be safe at their own places. Be safe, wash your hands, and be clean. And I'll meet you next week. Bye kids, take care. And thank you. This is my mail ID. Anybody, any doubts can write up to me. Okay, bye.